Hello there, YouTube. It's your boy Josh out.
It's your boy Tay.
It's another episode of Sports Talk Tay and Josh. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. And on this episode, we're going to discuss House of the Dragon, episode 5. And we may discuss some spoilers. So if you didn't watch it, make sure you go watch it. Come back. Make sure you subscribe too while you're at it. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So, Tay, what was your first reaction, episode 5?
Huh. Um, a very interesting episode. I'll say it like that. I mean, still a great episode. That's still a good episode, but interesting, needless to say, because now we're starting to see. Well, for one, this is supposed to be the last episode for the young, like coming of age per se of Allison and Rhaenyra. That's supposed to be their last, like as them being young, of age version of it. But I would say it was interesting for the fact that like even from the get go, like it's like the whole point of like that this whole episode was to have Rhaenyra get married.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that looked like that was supposed to be one of the main storylines from like episode 2 to like now, which is episode 5, where they're trying to get her to marry somebody from a high powered family or
Mm-hmm.
combined families. Like you said, it was a political thing. Now they got to the point where now that she's actually agreed to it. Um, and now that she's agreed to it, it's gonna be that thing where people gonna be spiteful. You know, like certain people gonna be like, "Why are you doing it? You sure?" But from her standpoint, and from the throne aspect of it, she had to. She has to at some point because of the fact to keep the regime going. She has to marry. So like it's interesting because like I said, she actually went from not being married to being the rebellion one to actually now all of a sudden now she's following the pretty much following the rules of the kingdom and of the Iron Throne. I guess if you want to say regiment, like every king or queen, but it has to be king because there was no queens until pretty much until Rhaenyra has been the heir. So by that happening, she has to now she's starting to see that she has to do it. Like she has to keep the regime going because that's like pretty much the law. Like you know what I'm trying to say? So
Well, yeah, I agree with you. So this episode pretty much centered around the wedding, pretty much the
yeah,
version of major houses.
yeah.
It's pretty much what happened. Pretty much in it. I'm trying not to go give too much detail. I'm just speaking it a little vague. So that's pretty much what this
Yeah.
episode surrounded by. I would say
It's not red wedding ish. It's more
no.
like a more traditional
I
like
was
this.
when I first saw that, I was like, don't tell me they're gonna do that. That's the
Yeah,
first
that's
thing I was thinking. I was like, hopefully they. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a mess. That's why I'm.
because I was actually about to text. I was like, I probably, because me and Josh do text like on a regular. I was just about to hit you up, and be like, yo, I think they about to. It didn't happen, and I was like, ooh, thank God. I think it, like I was like, ooh, thank God they do it. Because I was
Mhm.
sure enough thinking that they was going to do a mass. Like I was like, this might be the episode of King. Like that. I was like, this might be the episode. But
Mhm.
overall, yeah, overall, I agree with you. Like I was like, yeah, I hope this ain't
Oh
this
well,
supposed to be the
another thing I noticed that your man Damien was cold blooded out here. Out here,
yeah,
his wife,
yeah,
Lady Rhea, he murked her. Like
yes.
made it look like a accident. We're gonna say that, yeah, one of those quote unquote accidents. I would say that was interesting. He pretty much did that to take his that help him get back on the throne, like in the
Yeah,
so I think
pretty much.
that was the goal of it. That was the goal of it.
Yeah,
I said Damien's playing chess, not checkers.
yeah.
Everything is set up purposely.
Damon is doing what's best for him. Like as far as like, because like I said, even though he was married, they didn't really like pretty much solidify the marriage. With the whole Air. I mean, not Air, but being like her getting pregnant, stuff like that. He pretty much
They
just said,
was
"The hell with
Tay
that."
Tay they was married legally, but
Yeah,
what
legally.
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We gonna
Um.
hope hope.
Yeah.
We call
Cause
that
pretty
old
much.
school. That's called that old school divorce.
Yeah. And I truthfully think he did it so he could get the army from her. To be under him per se. I think it was like you say, strategic. He did it.
Uh, I think it was more. It gives him a better right to the throne, especially if he's
Yeah.
married. He
Yeah.
married and have an heir, like kids. So,
Hmm.
so I think that's the only way I can think of because he know the king is sick, his brother's sick.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know his brother's
Everybody
sick.
do at this point. Truthfully, everybody should know by this point.
Let's talk about your man simping. This whole your man simping. What's that? Let's talk about your man simping. You know that's the big key
Um.
to this episode. Your man was simping hard out in these streets, man.
All right.
He was
Before.
just a sticky link. He was just a one night stand, bro. He stay in
Yeah.
your lane,
Yeah.
bro. You knew that was wrong. What do
All
you think? She ride in the sunset with him? They
right.
leave
Exactly.
it.
I was about to say.
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Sir Cole. And normally I don't do this on different platforms, but this platform, I have to bring it out. Sir Cole get the L of the week, man. He has to get the L of the week just for our TV
He
shows.
does get that
Yo,
away. He get the he get the ornaments. He might be on that Mount Rushmore set in a TV
your
show.
man goes to Addison. Your man is about to kill himself. Addison comes in, saves his ass. He starts telling everything. I mean
My
everything.
my man snitched like on first 48 when he get a two piece and a biscuit. That's how he snitched.
Like
He started
I broke my oath. You know what I'm saying? I did everything. Everything I did. I was like, yo.
snitching.
And then on top of that, like after he's doing all this, now he's feeling guilty. She comes up to him saying that both parties, um, both Rhaenyra and the son are agreeing that they're gonna have an open marriage per se, so they can have like their in public they're married. Like you know what I'm saying? When they're around, it's all political. Behind closed doors, they both gonna have their life. He's gonna have his boyfriend. She's gonna have Sir Cole, and it's gonna
This
be
was like this was like some medieval Jerry Springer episode. That's pretty
yes,
much what
yeah,
I'm like. What type of? I'm like, well, technically back then a lot of things was kept, swept under the rug.
yeah.
The things,
But this would have been like the first like royal. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the first, but this would be the first on film aspect of it. This would be the like first like technical royal family and an open marriage. Because normally
Mm.
other time they're not gonna have an open marriage. It's usually they're just they're married and they just keep everything. They was about to have the sides with their marriage. Behind closed doors, they was gonna have their own significant
Well,
others. But
technically,
when
it could, well, I think it would have got leaked out eventually. It's hard to keep that in house.
yeah, especially being married. Yeah, in two big houses. I couldn't. Yeah, I
Yeah,
couldn't.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah, they was supposed to be your man that he didn't want to be the side piece forever. What about
yeah,
he got friend zone? She was like, yeah, you'll make a good husband. My man got a friend zone, man.
yeah. He got friends on like hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
that
She's
friend
like, you
zone.
gonna yo when your man said, so you just gonna make me your whore? I was like, well, yep. You know what that means.
Yeah, you the queen side joint. That's pretty much what you gonna be, bro. Use that what they call it, the DA ick appointment. We're gonna keep it PG.
Yeah,
That pretty much really like what I mean,
yeah,
protect her during the day. Then when she feeling lonely.
yeah. He's officially he's known as he's pretty much one of the first D on DOD uh on the bleep on a delivery. That's pretty much what he was
If
going to
they
be.
had, let's just say if they had cell phones back then, he'd be Pizza Hut. That would be his
Yeah,
contact.
she hit you with the yeah you up. That's what she hit you with the
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying. Uh, but yeah
yeah.
but let's get to the wedding. The actual, the wedding. So
Damon and crashed the wedding. Pretty much.
yes,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? Sucked the air out the room when he walked in. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody, they gave the arrow this mother.
yeah, pretty much. Um, you know, that was going on. They was having a festival before the actual wedding. Uh, like you said, Damon showed up, and then the main thing was that Allison came in with a green dress. If anybody knows from the stories or from the book and from pretty much how Game of Thrones in general, the High Towers. But this is based off the prequel of it, so I can't even say Game of Thrones. But as far as the book, when technically when the High Towers wear green, that means that's their banner for war. So because Sir Cole told told Allison everything about what's going on with Rhaenyra, now she's taking the side of the public, which that means she's still going to be loyal as far as her husband is that who is the king, but at the same time she's also kind of like I know what you did. So this I'm wearing this color to let you know I know what really happened. So it was kind of eerie between the two because now you're starting to see the best friends separate. That now we're starting to see them actually break apart from each
Yeah,
other from them being
because
so close.
she sort of broke her honor by letting so Chris smash. She wasn't supposed to let that happen. She was supposed
Exactly. You let the night guard pretty much, you know what I'm saying? But when you got power like that,
to
especially
now
in medieval times,
you can't you
no,
can't
no,
do
no,
that back.
no.
Back
I
it's
know.
different now. Now it's hot girl summer. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, yeah,
can't
don't
do
get me wrong. No, yeah, like I said, don't get me wrong. I completely understand it. But at that time, she was using her power. We already knew what it was. She was horny as hell, and she went on ahead and gave it up to the first guy she seen. Pretty much, it was cold. So it was like,
she been giving the googly heart eyes since like episode one.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Come on, son. She
She
already
was
knew what
in
to
the
do.
woods to do. Yeah, she was stuck in the woods with the dude. I mean, come on. She was stuck with him. She was stuck
Yeah.
with him. She doing more. She doing more. So, but yeah, let's get back to the wedding part of it. When they was having the festivities. All right, after the green dress thing happened, then we could go with the altercation that happened in the process.
Man. That's why
Because
your
it
man
sounded like
might be the simp champ. He might be the simp
yeah,
champ of
because
the
it seemed
medieval
like
time.
Damon it's looking like Damon's trying to convince Rhaenyra not to do the wedding and pretty much take his hand into marriage and go on to Dragonstone.
Mhm.
But as soon as that, the king, you see the king was fuming. He was
I
fuming out the mouth.
don't think Damon would have left alive. He would have left.
Exactly.
I'm letting you know. I don't think he would have. He would have been on that rest in peace shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't.
Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's gonna be a flashback. I don't know if they even going to discuss it after this episode. I truly believe Sir Cole saw Damon trying to take Rhaenyra away, and he intervened. And then Jeffrey, which that was the son's boyfriend, um, kind of like intervened with Cole and Damon's altercation. That he got his ass whipped in the process to death. You know what I'm saying? He got whipped to death. If your name is Joffrey, don't go to no weddings because they're never good for
Well,
you.
we didn't get the red wedding, but somebody got put on that rest in peace shirt. We were going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that.
But it's like the fact that there's like I said, we knew this from like episode one, maybe even episode two. They are too close, and then you could kind of see even from the last episode, like I said, with the horniest episode ever, it still was incest. You know what I'm saying? This is an uncle going, an uncle trying to track the niece, but now they both,
I I think the goal was that he was gonna get into power by any means necessary. That's what I think.
yeah, pretty much,
I think that
yeah,
was his plan. That's why I said he strategically did that.
yeah. See, but now that strategic is starting to turn to actual feelings now.
Hmm.
Because even when they was talking, the feelings are coming out for her. I don't care
Mhm.
what nobody. You, you don't try to stop somebody from getting married unless you want them for yourself. This
Yeah,
flat
man.
out,
Yep. Now Damon
flat
pretty much
out.
popped up and like, it's not too late to walk away. That's pretty much
Exactly,
that's pretty much what he said. Nah, it's not too late. I mean, it's not official.
exactly,
Like I was like, dang, bro. Yeah.
exactly. Like he just walked out there, and he was talking to them in their language, which we later find out that's the language of the whole Tigerians
Oh,
in general.
that's part of the wedding you didn't mention. Your man Damon was
Well,
trying to talk to Lena.
yeah, yeah,
He was giving her
yeah.
the eye like, but man, if I can link up with her,
I could
we
get
might get
into that. Yeah,
yeah. The technically they was allies in the war, so technically stepping stone. So he gotta
yeah.
possibly.
But I think I think Lena is a little bit more smarter than what they give credit for. I don't think she was gonna fall for the trap. I think Lena was trying to set up for Rhaenyra and Damon. That's what I believe,
Mhm.
because she know that her brother did not want to get married when he has a whole never relationship. She knew
Mhm.
that. So she was like, we're gonna try to intervene in this whole thing in some way, somehow. Now, if I would I be surprised if I see them hook up? No,
Mhm.
because Damon is a manhole. Let's be honest. He's a man thought out here. The man was smashing everything. The man go to
Mhm.
brothels. What you expect? But no, do I see them hooking up potentially? But I think if Leia's going to do it or Lena's going to do it, it's going to be for her benefit, not everybody, not for Damon's.
Mhm.
It's always strategic, especially with the way how Game of Thrones is and the way that this episode is going. Everybody has done something for their strategic reason. So if she does do that part, is if she does manage to hook up with Damon, it's for her strategically
Well,
wanting to
we not
do it.
gonna give 2 months spoiler if you read the book. It's
Is
leading to
is out
it.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions? Any predictions you can see
Um.
up to so
Well, since
far
this,
all the episodes 1 through 5? Anything you can think of? I think the king is
uh,
probably gonna die. That's the only thing. The next time jump, or he's gonna be on his deathbed.
yeah. Next, I think, based off of what we have seen so far, including going to the next episode with some of the promo, we've seen that's going to be another time jump. So Allison and Rhaenyra is going to be older. So I don't know age wise that how old they're going to be, but they will be older. Allison will have more kids. I think she's gonna have another kid. And Aegon is going to be older. Allison, she's married. They're married. The 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 prince of that land of that land. So she gonna have like 3 kids. Um,
I think this is when the feud is gonna come.
that's I was
I,
about to say. Yeah, this is when
I
the
think
feud's gonna
that's
happen.
when it's really gonna be an all out war. People gonna take
Yeah,
sides. I said that's probably gonna lead up. The king is gonna be on his deathbed. Then it's gonna be a huge war
yeah. Because
over.
right now, I don't know if it's because of the Iron Throne, but whatever it was made him sicker than what it is. Because even if you see it, looked like he had grayscales from his arm.
But
It
they
looked like it.
the announcer, the creator show said it's not grayscale.
Okay, yeah. So I
Yeah,
was like, it looked like it, but it
yeah.
wasn't. But he he's slowly, he's literally falling apart in front of everybody's very eyes. Like even if you look at the end of the episode, he passed out and he's coughing up
I
blood.
thought maybe I thought maybe he was diabetic for the time. That's why I'm thinking.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
lost his sugars and stuff like that, blood circulation. That's what I'm thinking. But I said I don't know. They may not call it diabetic, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
I'm not a medical professional, but I believe they announced it was some kind of other type of disease.
yeah, yeah. I think the
Mm.
actor came out said it was something. It was like some type of bodily disease at the time. So yeah, it could be something that was not even thought of back in the time. That's something that's now it could be treated. But yeah,
Mm.
he's starting to fall apart. Like so, he passed out at the wedding. They was pretty much trying to do the wedding to pretty much confirm everything and try to like rush it because of what happened at the festival or at the feast. And then yeah, they went from there. But if I have to go prediction, yeah, this is going to be the one that we probably going to see him slowly, the king. I mean, slowly deteriorate
Yeah,
um
I think next episode he's
into it,
probably he might be on his
and
death.
then
That's not
yeah,
my better.
and Allison will train or get Aegon to be prepared for the throne. Because I got a feeling that's going to be the leeway for the two friends that were close friends to be bitter enemies at this point. So we're going to see Allison and Rhaenyra have their own little unjust battle per se. That's going to play out within their kids, between her and the kids, because now we know Aegon's technically supposed to be the heir because he's the male of the king, male and the son of the king. So now we got to see how that's going to play out because it's going to happen. Like it ain't no if, it's when it's going to happen. When the actual conflict, the whole conflict, going to happen between the two.
All right. So what? All right. So let's go with our final ratings. What we give this episode? 0 to 10. What we give it for
Um, I'll give it an 8.
you? Okay.
I give it an
Okay.
8. I give it an
All right. If it wasn't for the simpish behavior, I'm joking with you.
8.
I give it like an 8.2. It was like a B. It was like a B. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give it slightly well. I like the whole uncovering. Was it false allegations or real allegations? She later found out
yeah, yeah. It was
real.
real. It was real. Yeah.
Then your man Damon killed his wife. Then on top of that,
Ain't nothing worse than having that you confront your best friend about something that she knows she did and she betrayed you after it.
you
Like
know how
it's
you
nothing.
like you know your friend lying, but you gonna let them continue.
Exactly,
Like
exactly. That's
pretty
exactly
much
how it was.
that's pretty much what she did.
Yeah,
And I want to give it an 8.2 just off of the drama happening
yeah,
all
yeah.
around.
Man, like I said, this is a what I'm trying to say. This is more like a fantasy version of a reality show. Like we seen all the drama come out. Like we
It's
seen.
very Maury Jerry Springerish. A lot of drama going on. I thought I was
It's
watching. They should change
it's
it
like
like Real Housewives of Targaryen. I'm joking,
it's
but
yeah, it's like a very VH1 ish. It's right there.
each one is reality showish. Yeah.
So
Uh,
much drama, so much drama. It's so much drama in the Targaryen household, bro. It's so much drama, yo. So much drama.
all
But
right, so
yeah,
I think we're going to end it here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. Also join our Facebook group too as well. And we discuss pretty much sports, Game of
yeah,
Thrones, anything you can think of. You're more than welcome to post. Just keep it
yeah,
cordial and friendly. All right, peace and
yeah.
hair grease.
And let us know what you think, man. We would like to hear from y'all what you think
Whether
that's
whether
gonna
you agree,
happen.
yeah, whether you agree or disagree, I love to hear anybody input.
Yeah,
Or if you got a secret theory that we overlooked, just post in the comments.
yeah.
You're more than welcome to. All right,
All
peace.
right. Peace, love, y'all.